Good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second day International Conference on Sustainable Development in Search of New Development Model 2022. Honorable chief guests across the world, respected Mr. Vijay Reddy, the chairperson of Sanskrithi Group of Institutions, Puttaparthi, Dr. Balakoteshwari, the principal of Sanskrithi School of Business, the conference organizing committee members, and all the participants. On behalf of Sanskrithi School of Business, I take privilege to welcome all of you. Today, we look forward to hear more innovative ideas and thoughts for sustainable development from delegates, guests, and all the participants who are presenting their papers. Addressing us this morning, Dr. NOOR JAHAN is a professor and head of the Department of Marketing and Research Center at RB Institute of Management, Bengaluru. She is an academician with 23 years of experience gained in various capacities as a professor, principal, and head of postgraduate degree in business administration in the reputed colleges of Bengaluru. She holds a postgraduate degree in business administration from Bangalore University in the area of marketing, PhD in management from Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalayam, Tirupati, and has qualified in UGC NET. Her area of research was marketing and retailing. She has authored books on integrated marketing, communication, and digital marketing, business and social marketing, business marketing, retailing management and services, strategic brand management, and principles of management simplified. She has published more than 50 papers, both in the national and international refereed journals. She has participated as resource person and has delivered lectures at many conferences and seminars. She has also conducted several workshops for teachers and students in the areas of management, outcome-based education, and on NAAC, NBA accreditation process, etc. Dr. NOOR is appointed as Margadarshak under the scheme of Margadarshan Initiative by AICTE to help the mapped Margadarshak beneficiary institutes for improving the required quality parameters required to obtain accreditation from National Board of AICTE Innovation Cell. She is a recipient of MTC Global Distinguished Teacher Award, Management 2022 Award by MTC Global for her dedicated service as an educationalist for 23 years. She is nominated and is serving as Tourism, Hospitality, and Facility Expert Committee of BCIC for the year 2021 to 2022 and was nominated and served as member of International Business Expert Committee of BCIC for the year 2021 to 2022-2021. Dear Madam, Sanskrithi welcomes you, Madam, to this illustrious gathering and look forward to your wise words on research and sustainable development. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vijay Lakshmi. That was really a very warm welcome. Thank you so much. and so nicely you have introduced me. So thank you. And at the outset, let me thank Sanskrithi School of Business and Bala Kuteshwari ma'am for providing me this opportunity to address the August and learned gathering like you all here. So it's really my privilege to be here. I share my few thoughts on the theme of the conference. So I wanted to really congratulate Sanskrithi School of Business for bringing up such a beautiful conference, very informative conference, and very happening and very much required theme of the conference, that is sustainable development in search of development model, right? So that is what we need now. All of us have to work towards it. So I really feel very happy to be part of this conference and add value to it. So hope all of you are able to hear me, right? Shall we start the session?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So if you're not able to hear me or say any network issue is there, please bring it to my knowledge. Otherwise, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good morning to one and all present here. So when they just asked me to take one session on this theme, I was just thinking, where can I add value? Because whatever I bring up today, it should be something very unique, very innovative, and at the same time, it should fulfill the objective of the conference team, because they wanted to search for a new model, for the sustainable model in various sectors. So as Vijay Lakshmi introduced me, my area is marketing and retailing. So I can think only about retailing and marketing. Whenever I want to add value in academic world, it is always in the field of marketing or retailing. So I was just thinking where I can add value in sustainability. And I decided to deliver my lecture on most happening sector of marketing, that is retailing. Correct? So my topic for today is sustainability-centric business model for retailers. So sustainability-centric business model for retailers. So wherein I'm just trying to build a new model for retailers to be sustainable. Because as you all know, retailing is very important field and last link in the supply chain management and only link who are connected to the customers. They're only one who can pass on the information to the customers. They're only one who can carry the information from customers to the manufacturer. That is why whether retailers have to be sustainable. So that is what I thought I'll be covering today. So let me start with this. So before I present my model to you guys, let me just briefly take you to the outline of my section. We'll be discussing about what is sustainability and why sustainability is important for retailing. Correct? Then we see the sustainability-centric business model for retailers. So this is the outline of my section today. So the theme, the environment crisis poses one of the biggest threats to humankind. You're learning from yesterday. The conference theme is on sustainability because of this reason. Because the environmental crisis poses one of the biggest threats to the humankind today. And humankind wanted to protect himself, they have to protect environment. There's no other way they can protect themselves. So environment is something which is very prominent now. Now in this, what is happening is, correct, if you are not able to protect the environment, we are already facing all these problems. Please have a look at the picture. Correct. So the glaciers melting, we don't know if it happens, where we get drinking water, right? Then you can see the emissions, the hazardous emissions which are around us and is spoiling the atmosphere. So water, correct, then air is a basic need for to be alive on this earth. Without water and air, none of us can live. And water and air cannot be created. How much ever science and technology is growing, these two cannot be created. If we can't create it, what right we have to spoil this? Then only the concept of sustainability will come. If I can't create this, do I have right to spoil this? No, I don't have. Then how to go about it, right? Protecting this. And look at here, correct, what is happening. You can see a lot of floods happening, correct? And you can see a lot of droughts happening. So all these things are harmful to the mankind. And all these things are bringing destruction to the economy. And economy, one event like this happened, we go back in economic development at least 20 years back in India. That is what is the trend, what we are facing. So what I feel is somewhere all these things are happening, retailing is part of the problem. Hope you agree with me. Don't you think retailing is a part of the problem? Retailing is increasing this problem. Let me show you one more slide, which makes you very clear on this concept. Yes, just have a look here. The kind of garbage which is being created, the too many tons of garbage are being created per day. And most of the garbage is created due to the organized retailers. Please have a look at the packaging they are doing, the supply chain they are doing, and correct. So we retailers have got two options. They can be calm and they can continue what they are doing. And I think customers also, we have two options. We can be calm, correct, and keep buying things, correct, and least bother about environment. Otherwise, take into task of this and ensure that you're going to control this. You're going to stop this. And you're not going to allow this to happen. Then only the sustainability will come to picture. So when I said retailer is part of this, this was the reason. And let me tell you how retailing is contributing to this. I have made my next slide, which talks about that. So retailers' impact on the environment. So retailers, what they do is just have a look at the picture, the unnecessary packaging. Correct, the fruit, the correct, or whatever, the apple, the grapes, correct, whatever is being there, people anyhow will wash and have. So no need to pack like this. But unnecessary packaging in plastic boxes is creating an extra correct packaging material which has to be discarded, which will definitely spoil our environment. Why this packaging? So unnecessary packaging is one thing what retailers are doing at present. The next is retailers are so creative, correct? They are trying to create the demand for the product more than what people need. So that is making people to consume more than their requirement. So stimulating overconsumption contributes to environmental degradation. So that is something which is happening here. So making them use more and more. And look at here, the water bottles, correct? If you have water in glass, that's more sustainable. But if you buy bottle, and for every one glass, one bottle, if you are throwing, where it is going to go? That will get accumulated in the environment and it is going to spoil or create an adverse environmental impact. Correct? So retailer replaces more environmental goods to increase profit margin. Why retailers do that? Because definitely green products are expensive. Being green activities are expensive. So retailers try to increase their profit by doing this. Then retailers also wanted to buy the product at a very lesser price. So if they're selling the product in Bangalore, they will buy it from Mumbai, they buy it from Delhi. So wherever they have less price, they buy. They ignore the carbon footprint contributed by them in transferring the product from Mumbai to Bangalore. Though if they spend little extra, if they source it in Bangalore itself, then so much of carbon footprint can be reduced. So that is a long supply chain. So I felt these are the four activities through which retailers are contributing towards environment adversely, negatively. So this is where the retailers have to work on. These are the areas where retailers have to work on. So this background, I just started thinking how these things can be how these things can be stopped, how these things can be addressed, how exactly we can handle these things, right? So if the retailer is doing this, trust me, it is a retailer who can only provide solution for this. Hope you agree with me. The person who creates the problem can only solve the problem, right? So if the retailer is contributing, having an adverse impact on the environment, then trust me, it is retailer who should become the part of solution as well. So what is the solution? How it can be sorted out? So that is what I started searching and I developed model on this. So before that, let us try to understand the relationship between sustainability and retailing. Correct? So how it is related? So what is sustainability? Right from yesterday you are answered, correct? You must have gone through lot of deliberations and discussions has happened on sustainability. So I'm not covering much on that topic, but just a meaning I have to give because I have to connect it to my model. So according to the World Commission on Environment and Development, correct? According to the World Commission of Environment and Development, they say sustainable design or development is one that meets, correct? So they say sustainable design or development is one that meets the need of present, that meet the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own need. So according to World Commission on Environment and Development, they very beautifully says that sustainable design or development is one that not only meets the present requirement, correct, but also allow the resources to remain for the next generation, correct, to fulfill their own needs also, correct. If I'm using all water, all energy, correct, everything, and not leaving anything for my children, what they'll do? The same way, if this generation don't protect, correct, all these things, the natural resources for next generations, what they will do? That is why the sustainability is all about, correct, meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. For this, most of the experts are creating the most sustainable future, and they're designing, constantly exploring the new ways to solve the dichotomy of how limited resources can saturate the infinite demand for them. So that is what is happening. Everyone in this world is working on it because everyone is so scared what will happen to the future generation. See, now itself there's no water, so correct, then 40 years down the time now, what will be the water availability for the next generation? Imagine Bangalore without Kaveri water. What is going to happen? Whole Bangalore, not only Bangalore, most of the part of southern Karnataka depends upon one river, Kaveri. Correct? So if something goes wrong with that due to global warming, it gets dried up, trust me, half of Karnataka will be left with no water. There will be no agriculture, no drinking water, and whole Bangalore and Karnataka will be into water crisis. So if Kaveri can take care of us, it's our duty to take care of Kaveri too. We have to ensure that it's being taken care. But what is happening in present is the world today is consuming 1.5 planet worth of natural resources annually. This is what is alarming. I told you, no, retailers are creating more consumption need. We are consuming more than what we need. So that is why, if you just calculate the present data, the world is today consuming 1.5 planet worth of resources annually. That is not correct. And owing to the direct contact with the customer, retail industry is in a position to drive this change towards sustainability, and they can make this more sustainable. So let us see. Hope you are able to understand the background of my study, why this topic. Now, let me slowly bring up the importance of sustainable retail. So why retailers have to be sustainable? These are the reasons I have given. First, I have given some reasons about the nature of retail industry. Next, I've spoken about one research report I am giving, which talks about sustainability and which says retailers have to be sustainable. So let me see the importance of sustainable retail. Retail industry landscape has rapidly developed and also faced some challenges, right? Maybe you're aware of it. Retail industry is not new. It is as old as mankind, because when money was not there, currency was not there, also buying and selling was there through barter system. So buying and selling is there from time immemorial, and retailing is very important industry because it is the second largest employer only after agriculture in India. So anyone wanted to start their business, they think about retailing. So that's the beauty of retail business. But in spite of this old industry, this industry is not having any stability. This industry keeps on changing. If you say from 2005 onward, when first time organized retailers were launched, till date, our retail industry is changing every day, every year. Till now, we don't know what format of retailing is suitable for India, what retailers should do. All these things is yet to explore. And this industry is facing lot of trends and lot of challenges this industry is facing. Recently, they face the challenge of globalization. See, whatever industry we used to, the retailers used to compete with one country, that is Indian retailer will compete with each other. But after, correct, in 2005, when we just opened up the retail sector to the foreign direct investment and we allowed 100% FDIs in retailing, the various sectors of retailing, they started facing the problem with correct competition. So new competitors, the global competitors started changing the way the retailers are working in India. So the globalization, which introduced the new competitors, so that's something which has happened now. Then later on, in past 2 years, you must be saying COVID-19 have changed the retailing scenario completely. None of us bought anything on store. All of us bought only in online. So that is called a digitalization. First trend, globalization. The second, digitalization. So everyone started buying online. Then when retailers went online, then they really felt that we have to be careful. Because in online products, you must be knowing the packing is something where a lot of money will be spent. Not only lot of money, lot of material is consumed. And the packing material will go in dustbin directly. That is creating the environmental pollution and that is creating unnecessary garbage in the cities. So that is why that time retailers started realizing that, we have to integrate ESG. ESG stands for environmental impact, then social impact, and governance. These three we have to take care. And they started collecting ESG data for adopting sustainable measure with the retail process. They felt that, no, I just can't spoil the environment around me. I have to protect it. I have to see what contribution I'm having it on environment, then on social, community, and on governance. Whether I'm transparent. Those things started coming up. And Deloitte Global, as you know, one of the leading marketing survey company, they found that 32% of retail consumers are adopting to a more sustainable lifestyle. This is what is very, very important. Out of 100, 32 people are adopting to sustainable life cycle. So this is what is something very important, which set the speech today for our deliberations. And nearly 50% of consumers globally are choosing to buy from brands with a clear commitment to sustainability. So 50% of consumers, half of the consumers are choosing to buy only from those brands who are committed to sustainability. Then what other half will do? They'll not have any business if they don't change. So they need sustainability model. Then statistics show retailers have ESG strategies aligned to their business goal, are most likely to favor forward-looking by potential investors. So ESG is not only going to influence customers, in long run, even investors will get influenced by this, and investors may say that, look, I'm investing only in those businesses where I can really, correct, where really the vendors are taking care of sustainability practices and not harming environment. So that is going to be the future. Because of that, most of the CEOs of retail industry are implementing ESG as a solution. ESG is adopted as a solution for less wasteful, cleaner, and more efficient practices. So this is what is happening in the retail industry, and this is one of the reasons why we say retail has to work towards sustainability. Then we have one more, I told you, one research study I'll be sharing with you. This research is conducted by, it's a commission study conducted by Forrester Consulting. Make a note of it. Forrester Consulting have done a research study for Shopify. Shopify sponsored this study. It's recent study, September 2021. It's a very recent thing what we are discussing today. So September 2021 came up with this finding, and these findings are so crucial, so important. All retailers are planning to change themselves based on their findings. So it says that over 1/3 of brands are establishing a long-term goal and target. Correct. So the report clearly says that 1/3 of retailers are planning to keep themselves away or not to have business with those vendors, those who are not sustainable. That is something very dangerous. 1/3 of retailers are not going to buy products from you if you are not sustainable. Don't you think all suppliers have to be sustainable now? Correct? And 53% of brands, if they go and ask the same question to the brand, they say that sustainability is top priority for us in 2022. So that's something very surprising. They don't want to have business with a vendor, those are not sustainable, and they don't want, and 53% says that we are working, we have taken sustainability on top priority. So when we ask them how you prioritize sustainability, what are you doing for prioritizing sustainability, 40% people say that I will work on sustainable packaging. I will not create so much of garbage because of my wrong packaging. I'm going to work on my packaging, improve on my packaging. The next, for 60% people say that I'm going to develop, create only those products which are aligning with my company, correct? And also with the social impact and which are green. I'm not going to create products which are harmful to the society. 60% retailers say this. Then 35% say they all are working on creating the long-term sustainability goals. And 41% brands are investing in being more transparent. They learned that now customers want us to be sustainable, so we are working on it. And no way we are going to compromise on this. We'll be more transparent. We'll show our customers what we are doing in sustainability, and not only we take our vision and goal as sustainable, we make our customers, our suppliers also sustainable, and we make these practices as very much transparent. That's something very important finding we got, students. Then coming to the next set of findings, they got it for online retailers. They asked people, if you buy online, what is that you want to see? Look at the green color data. I have put it in different color because these findings are different. Because their perspective of asking questions are different. Look at here, 46% of customers are more likely to purchase the product online if they are able to recycle the product packaging. They're telling very clearly, the product packaging, if I can recycle, if they're going to take back the packaging material and recycle it, are they providing me a with good jar which I can reuse at home and will not have to throw, then definitely I will buy online. Otherwise, we are not willing to buy online products. 46% people say that. 50% consumers say that the ability to recycle the product once they are done, using it influence their choice whether to buy the product or not to buy the product. 50% say that before buying, they will think about what should I do. They think about what should I do versus buying. Can I recycle after the using product or not? If the answer is yes, they'll buy. Otherwise, they'll not buy. And 35% of brands say that they're 35. Then they went and asked retailer, are you also taking care of sustainability in appointing people? They said yes. Even the good employees don't want to join us if we are not sustainable. See, if you see the employee's perspective, what is sustainability? That means taking care of employees' health because they're part of the community. You can't put them in a condition which is not good for them. Giving them good working conditions and providing them with good salary, wages, all those things are also very important. So those are sustainable practices. People are going to look at those practices and say how good employer you are. And the 35% people say that, yes, we are taking care of this. We take care of employees about including sustainability and our social responsibility to improve recruitment as well as employee retention. So that is something, the great, what the report talks about it. Please remember this report. Forrester Consulting, the report, they conducted it on behalf of Shopify in September 2021. This paved the way or create the way for sustainability in retailing and added, correct? And added the background for the section what I'm doing it today. So next you have one more very important reason why the retailer have to be sustainable. The one more reason is that you may be aware of it. You have different customers, and the present retailer will be selling their product to Gen Z. You may be aware of it. We belong to Gen Y, correct? Then they were Gen X. Then you had millennials. Now we have Gen Z. Gen Z is younger generation customers and drive long-term brand loyalty. So if they start purchasing from you, they'll be very much loyal to you. And one company called as Depop, Bain and Company, they have written, they have published a report saying that Gen Z shopping behavior are strongly influenced by brand commitment to social and environmental sustainability. So this report talks about the Gen Z mindset to buy only those products which are sustainable, and they're willing to pay more for those products. They will pay premium price, but they will not buy the products which are harmful to the environment, because this Gen Z is quite conscious about the environment and sustainability. So if a retailer wanted to satisfy them, wanted to retain them, wanted to have their loyalty, then of course they have to be sustainable. Then nowadays, one more issue what all of us are facing is supply chain and climate change, right? So supply chain, I told you, rather than buying product in Bangalore, it is expensive, we buy from Delhi. So the traveling, the transportation cost, how much of fuel is used, petroleum, correct? And the oil resources is also getting exhausted. Next 40 years, it is predicted that the world will not be left with any oil resources. What we are going to do? That is why we are coming up with lot of electric vehicles. We are trying to bring up the energy through various means, because petroleum and diesel is not going to be there in the world after 4 years and after 40 years. 40 years from now. So that is why retailers should be very responsible one, and they should think about the supply chain and climate change is very important, and they should not add, correct? They should not spoil the environment in supply chain and climate change. They should not become costs for these two. They should protect the environment. Consumers are more aware of this, and consumers are waiting and watching and seeing retailers. Let me see what retailers are going to do now. Let me see what retailers are going, how retailers are going to protect this. Correct? So retailers' eyes are on you now. That is why the incredible important for brands to move toward sustainability-centric business model. With responsibility for about 8 to 10%, you may be aware of it. In retailing, if you see, the sector which have adverse impact on environment is textile retailing or apparel retailing, because all of us have clothes, all of us have apparel more than what we need, and the overconsumption is about 400%. Each individual has clothes 400% more than what he has. So to manufacture that many products, how much material is being used? And to manufacture that, how much resources are being used? All those resources, how many are renewable, how many are not renewable, we don't know. And apparel industry is high alert now. So the fashion retailers have to think about bringing the sustainability there, and they take the responsibility of 8 to 10% of global carbon emission is from textile industry, and almost 20% of wastewater is created by them. And the fashion retail industry is a big contributor to the climate change. So that is why most of the fashion industry players are working towards bringing the sustainability if they have to survive. So that's something alarming. So these are the reasons which are causing the importance for why the retailer should become sustainable. Then let me talk to you about the lifestyle of the people. You take across segments, maybe you take home care, or maybe you take personal care, or even apparel, accessories. People have adopted to a conscious lifestyle. And after this COVID-19, we have become more conscious. And we wanted to have ensure the choices that they have a positive impact on environment as well. So all of us wanted to make only those choices, wanted to buy only those products which is having less adverse impact on environment, which is not at all creating problems to the environment. So all of us are towards that now, including Gen Z, So this is the major reason why the retailer should think about being sustainable, correct? Because the people are changing themselves, so they also have to change. Correct. So going beyond the global landscape, correct, you're going beyond the consumer landscape. I've shown you consumer, I've shown you retailer perspective. Now let me talk about the policymakers perspective, that is our government perspective. Our government have taken up a new initiative in India that is called as Atmanirbhar Bharat. All of you are aware of it. Atmanirbhar, don't you think Atmanirbhar Bharat is a part of sustainable development? Of course, it is part of sustainable development, because we don't want to depend upon, we don't want to depend upon other countries anymore. We wanted to have self-reliant India. We wanted to take care of ourselves. See, most of our students went to do their MBBS in Ukraine. Now, what is happening due to war? They all have to come back. What is their future now? Some of them, they just 6 months to finish their, to become doctor. Some people had 1 year to become doctor. Now, what they do in India? Nor they are doctors, correct? Nor they can continue their studies there, and everything is spoiled in Ukraine. We don't know what is going to happen. If we have self-reliance, we can provide MBBS education to all our students in India. Why will they face this problem? That is where the sustainability will come to picture. Sustainability is not just protecting environment. Sustainability is about all this. And government is taking initiative under Atmanirbhar Bharat, how we can provide the medical education to the students, how we can do that. So they are working on it. Our research is going on that. So Atmanirbhar Bharat goes on that. Then reusing and conscious buying are the newest consumer trends that governing brand today. And along with that, I also wanted to share with you one very important research finding, which says that being sustainable will not just give you business, but being sustainable will create a lot of business opportunities. Let me show you what opportunities it will have. Please have a look here. The Business and Sustainable Development Commission. The Business and Sustainable Development Commission shares how sustainable business model will open economic opportunities. And they say that the model that's correct. So the Business and Sustainable Development Commission shared how sustainable business model will open economic opportunities worth up to $12 trillion. $12 trillion opportunities are there for the businesses which are sustainable. And it is going to increase the employment by up to 380 million jobs by 2030. So all of us are working on sustainability because we have a target. By 2030, we have to achieve this part of sustainability based upon the UNO direction. And by 2030, 380 million jobs will be created here. Thus, big brands are making big difference with a massive effort of making greener and sustainable planet. So all big brands are making difference and they're working towards this. But meanwhile, even the smaller shop, the smaller retailer can also join this race and make the profit out of it and do sustainability, not at the cost of loss, but making profit. Making profit through sustainability is what the model, what retailers should adopt now. Because yes, of course, profit is very important. They have to work on profit, but profit with sustainability will give them long time survival in the business. Now, we have come to our most awaited talk of correct part of my section. That is the model what I have developed. I'm bringing it to you. So the sustainability set to be based on the background, whatever I have told you. I was just thinking how exactly the retailer can become sustainable, and I just went through some case studies, correct, lot of literature review I did, and went through a lot of case studies, what retailers are doing in names of sustainability, whether in India, our small retailers, can they do this? That is what I tried to test it, and I brought this model for you guys. So sustainability centric business model for retailers, which is based on global sustainability model. If you see the global sustainability model, it is having 3 dimensions. And every business have to measure, the sustainability against these 3 parameters, which are called as 3 dimensions of sustainability. The first one is economic impact. As a business, what is the economic impact I'm making? What is the economic growth I'm doing? And what is the economic growth I'm contributing to the country? Second one is environmental impact. So what effect I'm having on environment? Am I adversely impacting the environment, or am I positively impacting the environment? That's very important here. And third one is social impact. As a business, I get all my input from society. It's my duty to give back to the society. So what is that I'm giving back to the society? What is that I'm giving back to the society that is measured against social impact? This model is called as global sustainability model, correct? Which have three dimensions. As a retailer, if they follow the practices, I just put what they can do under each one of these parameters so that a model will be ready, and by following this, retailers can become sustainable. Let me first talk about what they can do for reducing the environmental impact. Correct? First, I want to talk on environmental impact. Then I want to talk on social impact. Trust me, both these will lead to economic impact. I think you agree with me, right? Yes. As an environmental impact, what retailers should do? My first suggestion to retailers, the first point under my model is go paperless. Retailers are known for using lots of paper for what? For generating receipts, placing an order. So what I want retailers to is to completely go for paperless, because to manufacture paper, so the first strategy to reduce environmental impact is go paperless. So go paperless, that is in terms of receipts. Don't generate receipts, the hard copies, make the soft copy receipts to the customers, let them go through it, correct? No need to give in their hand. So that's something what you can do. Why go paperless, I am telling? Because to generate receipts, they need paper. And to make that paper, you know how many trees are cut, and how much oil is used there, and how much water is used there. So in just USA, they conducted the study, and they found that in USA, 250, correct, 250 million barrel of oil, and then 100 billion trees, correct? 100 billion trees, and there are some 150 billion gallons of water is used for just manufacturing or making the paper for receipts, and so much get wasted only on this. Not only that, after taking back home the bill, what they will do, they'll put it in dustbin. So that will add, they will discard it. After seeing the bill, they will discard it. It will go to the garbage again, dry garbage, right? So that can be reduced. If they go paperless, not only they save trees, they save oil, they save water, but they also reduce the garbage. So that's something they can do. Not only in terms of receipt, placing an order also, they can adopt the SAP, through which online orders they can make. Most of the organized retailers are doing that. So they can reduce the paper to the maximum extent here. No need to use paper at all, even for placing order. Not only that, they can follow the digital diary. Shopify have developed their digital diary, digital calendar. So digital diary, so that's something which will reduce the impact on environment. So that is something what retailers can adopt. The second one, look for clean energy options. Very important, students. Very important audience, because what happens is, according to McKinsey have conducted a report to say that what is the major important operating costs for retailer. They found there are 4 important costs, operating costs for retailer. The first one, of course, the labor, correct? It's a labor intensive unit. And second one is rent, very expensive. And the third one is marketing. Retailers have to do marketing. If they don't give discount, people will not buy with them. And the fourth one is energy. Based on the McKinsey's report, this is the place where retailer can work on to be sustainable. They save money for themselves. They save a lot of money here, and that can increase their profit. So they can think about clean energy options. That's very, very important. So they can see the one important thing, what they can do, simple task, what they can do is switching over from an ordinary bulb to the ordinary bulbs, they can move on to LED bulbs, so which will reduce the usage of electricity. Then they move on to a larger extent where Simon retailer, Simon, the retail shop, you may be aware of it. 2018 in Canada, they came up with a zero net energy shop. A retail shop, we don't consume any energy. They have a solar. They have a solar. They have a solar planet in the retail shop itself. It generates energy how much is required, correct? And they use the same generate and use, and they don't use any energy from electricity fellow, right? So that is the Siemens. In 2018, they came up with the showroom in Canada. That's the highest level of energy saving, but minimum one, changing themselves to the bulbs, maybe switching off fan when not in use, or switching off AC when not in use, or switching off computers. Those things they can do. Then third one, use refurbished or recycled material for in-store display and decor. If you enter the retail shop, you come across a lot of display items there. And every day display item will change. New Year, one get-up they will make. Christmas, one get-up they will make. Sanskrithi, one get-up they will make. So every time they are using the new material. See, so much of material they are using and they are just throwing that material away. It's not sustainability for retailers. What they can do is they can make use of refurbished or recycled material. They are plastic care. So they can just recycle that and make all display material from that. And whatever display material is used for Christmas, same thing they can recycle it and use for Sanskrithi. Same thing they can use, recycle it and use for any other the weekend sales what they are offering. So that is why most of the showrooms, the banners are not allowed. They're going for digital banners where they can just type the slides and put it there every day. So that is reducing the pollution. So that is what they can go for, use refurbished or recycled material for indoor display and decor. Then invest in recyclable, compostable, and reusable product packaging and shipping supplies. As I told you, online retailer, the major money is spent on packaging. They use hazardous chemical for packaging because the packaging has to be strong. It has to move from one state to another state. So in transit, nothing should happen. So a lot of waste is created. And 40% of consumers say that they are not going to buy from online retailers, those who are not taking care of this garbage. That is why they want people, the packaging to be provided in such a way that they can reuse it or they can recycle it. So that is something what they can take care here. That's very, very important. So invest in recycled or compostable or reusable product packaging and shipping supplies. Then find ways to reduce your carbon footprint in shipping and logistics. I told you that my shop is in Bangalore, but I'm buying product from Delhi. So much of petrol is used in transportation that is creating business carbon footprint. That is not good. So for sustainability, reducing carbon footprint is very important. So they should find ways to reduce the carbon footprint in shipping and logistics and try to source the product in a nearby area. Try to source the product nearby areas, and not only that, you from whom you are buying the product, ensure that they are also sustainable. Not only you are sustainable, but they are also sustainable. So that is something what we can take care here. That's very, very important here. The next you have, correct? So find ways and somehow you have to reduce the carbon footprint in shipping and logistics. And there are so many, when Amazon is delivering the product to me, correct? I can ship the product to the customer by using an eco-friendly logistics system. I have offset, correct? Then I have there are some 4 or 5 players are there. Those who are known for providing their product through eco-friendly transportation. So I can hire them. It's a little expensive, but we can do that. That is why, maybe you are aware of it. Swiggy is using ULO vehicles, electric vehicles to supply the food to the people. They want it to be eco-friendly, or having the electric vehicles. So that's something what they can think about it. So this will have, if they follow this parameter, this will have a positive environmental impact. Correct? Then what are the parameters I have given in social impact, right? So social impact, they have to cut waste out of the manufacturing process. I told you when the clothes are manufactured, how many tons of waste is created. So as a retailer, if they are manufacturing product on their own, they can conduct the waste audit and see what all waste is created and how these waste can be managed. Or they can think about, correct, or they can think about some recycling or reusing and reducing the waste in manufacturing. And the next thing, if they are buying the ready-made product from manufacturer, they can find out from the manufacturer how they are contributing to the environment. Are they sustainable? If they are sustainable, you buy with them. They're not sustainable, you don't buy from them. That's very, very important. When the product comes to you, you see what packaging they have used. Is it eco-friendly? And what type of transport they have used. Is it eco-friendly? If yes, you deal with them. Otherwise, you don't deal with them. Then recycle old goods. This is something very important. Very interesting case studies we have on this. Recycle old goods. See, from old goods, lot of new products can be made. I want you to give an example of Ellen Fisher store, who collects the repair and resells the used company brand clothing. They collect the branded product like denim and other product. They repair it, they wash it, and they donate it and they sell it to the other people. And whatever sale produce they are getting it, they are giving it to the non-profit organization. So recycle old goods. That's something very important. They are doing it. So recycle old goods is very important. The tactic what they can adopt. So in India also, if you see, Big Bazaar, every year they have an exchange mela, where they will exchange all your old clothes, old sandals, whatever old you have, you can give. And they give you the gift voucher. So anytime you shop new one, you get 10% discount on that. So all garbage, whatever people will have, is bringing and giving it to Big Bazaar. So Big Bazaar in turn is handing over to the people who can recycle it. So that's a beautiful business model retailer can adopt. Then you have one more retailer in other countries, which is called a North Face. They're also doing the same thing, what Big Bazaar is doing it. So that is adding value. Then Nike. Nike is very prominent in their sustainable initiative and hundreds of initiatives they have. One initiative which I like in recycle old goods is reuse a shoe. So they collect the old shoes from the people and they recycle it into a material. The shoes material, they recycle it and they use for creating running track or courts or playground. Beautiful strategy to reduce waste on environment and using the waste, the shoes which is of no use, they're making it for creating the track and things like that. It's a beautiful thing to learn upon. So that is something what they can do here in recycle old goods and be transparent. When your customers want you to be transparent, you have to be transparent. Keep writing in the newspaper, keep talking to the customer, you show your documents to them, how sustainable you are. Correct? That's very, very important. Be transparent. Then show sustainable brands and products. Don't buy products which are not sustainable. Buy only those products which are sustainable. Don't add, that will not have an adverse impact on society or on economy. Then explore rental business model. This is very beautiful thing. I really liked it. So both I told you, I need one cloth, but I will be having 100 clothes with me. So fashion retail is something which is spoiling the environment like anything. That is why the same fashion industry have come up with this model, which is called as explore rental business model, where they are renting the clothes to the people. No need to buy, you can rent. And there are two retailers are doing an extremely good job here. Fashion retailers like Rent the Runway. Please remember, Rent the Runway and Newly. Let customers rent merchandise from a range of brands, leading to the less consumption. So less consumption in waste and reduce the negative environmental impact. Because if you just walk around, so many clothes people will throw on road. Where it has to be done, what we have to do with that. So in order to solve that problem, this garment industry people are coming up with this model, the rental model, and that is trying to reduce the environmental impact. Then second hand or set up a buyback program. I told you, don't waste the material. Have people wanted to buy second hand because they get the product for lesser price. Like Apple is selling the fabricated, correct? If the fabricated mobile phones or the net, 30,000 phone will cost you only for 10,000. So during warranty period, something happens to the phone. If you return it, they repair it and resell it as a fabricated phone. Win-win strategy. So upcycle or donate. So that's something very important. Every business can't do that. But wherever there's a possible cars, so many cars, they are going for a second-hand car. Our buyback program you can have. So the correct buyback program is also something what they can think about doing it. See, upcycle or donate the unsold. So sell second-hand or set up the buyback program. I want to give an example of Keel. So what Keel does is, whatever the plastic they have, from that itself they develop the containers. In that product will be packed and sold. And they tell the customers also to bring the empty jars and give it back to us, and we'll give you the money for that. We'll give you the voucher for that, which you can encash it later. So that is something what they've already it is happening. They can adopt here. So that is a key case study I want to discuss there. So next you have, yes. So explore or second hand, I told you, upcycle or donate the unsold stock or sample. So Gunny, I want to give an example of Gunny uses innovative material in store and upcycle the unsold stock. What a Gunny, what they does is, whatever unsold stock is there, they recycle it and make the new product from that. Because making the proper quantity is always not possible. Reformation is also selling the clothes that are both eco-conscious. And Levy is a beautiful case study. Please pay attention here. Levy is minimizing its environmental impact, not only by educating customers about the benefits of using their clothes longer. They want people to wear their clothes for longer, because wearing a garment for just 9 months longer can shrink its carbon footprint by 30%. Levy being a brand, they're telling people to use product for longer. It is also helping customers to extend the life of their Levi's clothes by repairing it, recycling clothes at their company's tailor shop. They also have a tailor shop which takes care of this. That's a beautiful initiative taken care by Levy in order to be green and in order to be sustainable. Then upcycle or donate the unsold stock or sample. Cloth industry, so many sampling clothes they make, they destroy somewhere. Or if you go to this furnishing store, so many furnishing or sample clothes they will keep. That will all go for waste. If you donate it to some other people, they can create some beautiful environmental friendly products out of that. So donate those things rather than throwing it in garbage. Then give customers option to choose carbon. I told you shipping options are available, little expensive, but at the time of checkout, no, you ask customer, would you like to go for carbon-free shipping? If they say yes, they pay extra, but you send them in carbon-free. You have EcoCart and you have so many vendors there. You can make services of them. You can use them. Right? So these are the social impact practices as per the model developed by me, what retailers can adopt. The next you have with this two, environmental impact and social impact, the global, they can make revenue out of it. So what retailers have to do to make revenue is set sustainability goals and stick to them. Set sustainability goals and stick to them. Never change on it. So you stay for longer in the business. So that's the first thing. First agenda, our first slogan to make profit in retailing. Then second one, reduce waste and cost with digital showrooming. So don't reduce waste, don't create waste and cost with digital showrooming. So whatever the digital showrooming, in order to show the product, so much of sample you are creating it, don't do that. You just have one place, you go for a 3D technology where people can just imagine how it looks on them and they can buy. Or they can create a furniture shop, can create a 3D technology through which they can see how the furniture will look like and they can buy. By that, lot of sample pieces, you will not be throwing it and you will not be wasting that. So by doing this and saving and all these practices, which will reduce in the long run, it will reduce the cost for the retailer, and retailer can really make money out of it. They can sustain long. See, what is happening today is, earlier if anyone wanted to buy sneakers, they'll see the quality, price and buy. Today it is not like that. Today customers will not even see quality and price. They'll also see the sustainability, who made these sneakers, whether those laborers who made this got proper salary, wages, whether the working conditions provided to them was good, are they taking care of people, are they taking care of the environment? These are the questions people are asking today. People have changed. Gen Z is different. To handle Gen Z, these are the practices they can adopt to make profit, correct, in the long run, and to sustain in the business for long run. So that's all my model, the sustainability centric model for retailer. What I developed it and thought it's a right platform to bring up the new model for the retailers to bring the sustainability in their business. My final thought today is it is not possible for retailer to implement all these sustainable retail practices right away. It is not possible. Nor they have resources and nor they have facilities to do that. But hopefully they can take small steps to make their business more sustainable. Correct, to make their business more sustainable, they can take small steps. When if you see this, Walmart have established sustainability lab in their shops. Correct, and all professors from retailing, from Harvard and other business schools are the consultant with the lab, and they develop the sustainable model for Walmart, which they get implemented throughout the world. When Walmart can do at that larger scale, our small retailer can go ahead with the small practices, correct, and become sustainable and make profit. So that's all I have today. So I'm done with. I presented my model to you. Hope it makes sense, and all of you not only adopt to my sustainability model, but also practice it in your daily life. It is not that today's conference we are discussing and we are forgetting. No, we have to take care of saving of electricity, water, the simple thing, the switching of computer in the office, AC in the office, and all of us are going to change our style of living, and we are going to become more sustainable in the coming years to come. So with that end note, I wanted to end my talk here. So any questions? I'm open to the questions now. Yes.
I now invite if anyone is interested for questioning, please do note in the question chat box.
Yes. So any questions are there? Anything I'll take up now? Otherwise, also I have given my contact detail in the slide. Please make a note of that. So my email address as well as my phone number is given there. So anytime you want to get connected to me, more on sustainability, or maybe on, I have been appointed as Mark the Trip for MBA guidance. So any institute wanted to take guidance on MBA or NAC, I wanted to conduct the workshop on that, correct, or on any topic on retailing, can just get connected to me on this by mobile number as well as email ID. And based on today's section also, any doubts you have, you can please send mails to us. I'll reply all the mails. I reply all the calls. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Noor, for articulating all your innovative ideas on sustainability. Thank you for letting us know the importance of the role of environment for the retailers to sustain for long sustainability. And all the information you presented today help us to know the importance of sustainability. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
I now hand over this section to Professor Pranavashri for the technical section. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.